Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have some more news on the largest cruise ship in the world. That cruise ship that people were starting to cancel their cruises and worried about that 3-year voyage because the ship was deemed unfit and unseaworthy. Yeah, you're about to go on a 3-year cruise and the ship is unseaworthy. Well, they have a new ship, so we'll talk about that, as well as Royal Caribbean has now opened up cruises for the first time since the pandemic for its return to China. So about a couple months ago, we were reporting out that 3-year cruise, people were signing up, selling their houses, and signing up for a 3-year all-inclusive cruise on a cruise ship. And then it came out that, hey, the ship was deemed unseaworthy and not able to sail, even though it was still sailing in some waters. And a lot of people were saying, hey, wait a minute, you're taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from us and we're not able to sit, the ship might not make it, it might break down. Well, the company that's doing this, they all turned around and they purchased and got a new ship, the MV Lara. And if she looks a little different than she used to look, right now she looks like this. And before, she used to be part of the AIDA cruise line, the Vita, and she looked like this. Now, they have done some extensive renovations inside, and they've widened some of the areas. They've added new entertainment areas on board, new dining venues on board. They've widened some of the staterooms, so they've made a bunch of changes. So hopefully people who are on that are gonna have a good time, and it's due to set sail this starting next year. So let's hope that it goes well for everybody on board doing that, because yeah, can you imagine paying for a 3-year cruise only to find out the cruise ship is unseaworthy? Man, I don't like that idea. Well, the icon of the seas also is out there, and it is getting a bunch of news out in the media right now because she's almost ready to launch. They're almost ready to take possession, and she's about to head over to North America this fall and start her season in the Caribbean. Well, one of the neighborhoods on board, now you've heard about the neighborhoods before. You have Central Park area, you have the Boardwalk area. Well, there's one area on board that's kind of not named yet, and it's basically only for crew members. They've taken a lot of the feedback that crew members give them, and they've made some changes on this ship. Now, if you have a ship that holds nearly 8,000 passengers, you're also going to hold an awful lot of crew members. Well, they've asked for things that make common sense in a way. A little bit larger staterooms for themselves, better dining facilities so they don't feel like they're eating in a Legion Hall or a rental hall. They feel like they're eating in a dining room when they eat. And Royal Caribbean has taken this to heart and created a whole new employee neighborhood on their ship, including a gym, a hair salon, a bar, an entertainment venue where they can hold meetings, and they can also hold entertainment things like game shows between each other and have a band come down and play and have a party on Christmas Eve. So also they've increased the dining to make it look like it looks like us when we're on a cruise ship dining. They're actually going to have windows out to the ocean from the crew dining hall, which I think is great. And I hope all cruise lines think of this going forward, because a happy crew makes for happy passengers. And I see that personally. When I see a crew that's not happy, I feel it on the ship. Now, generally speaking, most cruise lines, most crew are happy and out there and smiling and just out there to make sure you have a good time. They don't have to smile all the time and what are you doing? What I mean is they look like they're enjoying the work they're doing. They're not overstressed. They're not, that's when cruises go well. Not when they pretend to be good, happy, but when they are. And good on Royal Caribbean for adding this on the icon of the seas. I hope they do that for all cruise lines. Take heed, because a happy crew Is it happy wife, happy life, happy crew, happy cruise? I guess that could be a new saying. T-shirt idea. Hashtag. We also have Royal Caribbean returning to China, but before I get into that, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from tips and tricks to new ships coming online to what might affect your cruise because something's closing down or ships are changing ports, and like the celebrity Beyond that just canceled 5 months of her cruises because she's moving over to North America and canceling the Mediterranean. Everything going on in cruising like that. We'll try and keep you up to date as well as entertain you. I hope just a little bit. It doesn't cost anything, but it really does help the channel out when you hit that little subscribe button. And again, I really would appreciate it. Okay. Royal Caribbean at long last has announced they're finally going back to China. That's right, a lot of tension's been happening in the past few years with China reopening and closing again and then reopening. Also the trouble with going on in Ukraine, and we didn't know how China was going to react. Well, they're finally getting ready to go back, and they're going back on the ship that was very, very popular out in that area. I've been on her myself. It's a beautiful ship, the Spectrum of the Seas. They're going to start in 2024 in April, sailing 2024 and 2025 sailings. And we're looking, I think it's sailing out of Shanghai, which is great because you can go to Shanghai Disney like Tony and I did. We had a really good time. Hopefully you don't hit a typhoon like we did when we were leaving port. But, you know, you take your chances when you go that far on a cruise. They would be doing 4-night and 7-night cruises through Eastern Asia. And again, it is a beautiful ship. And don't let the fact that you're leaving from China scare you from going. That was one of my favorite cruises, getting to visit a country that very few people actually go to, and then traveling through other countries in Asia was an eye-opening experience and one of my favorite cruises I've had in the past 5 years, and I will go back there again ASAP. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.